How's it going, everyone? Today I'm just going to be doing a bit of an update around the garden here, show you what's been growing on lately, and then also I'll just be taking around the orchards, showing you some of the fruit trees that we've got. Just start off with the brassica bed at the moment. So this is one of the broccolis that I had. So I'm pretty sure this is the broccoli de Sisio, so it's the Italian variety. It's been producing heaps of these shoots, don't know if you can make that out, but these little shoots, they've been a bit bigger than that. But they're just for months and months, and we've been hooking into them. So I'm letting it go to seed. I'm going to be sharing the seed and also keeping some for myself for next season. But unfortunately the sheep got in the garden area and they've attacked this one. There was another 5 here which they've attacked. They've also attacked some of the other plants. The red Russian kale, this has been doing brilliantly. As you can see, they've gotten really big. Been regularly picking these. Nice big leaves, lots of little growth, new growth in the middle there. Haven't quite gone to seed yet, but I've seen some in the middle. I don't know if you can make that out, but right in the middle there, that's been starting to come to seed, so I've been picking them off because I don't want it to quite go to seed yet. I'll only be letting one go to seed. Then the rest of this bed, that'll be just for tomatoes, capsicums, chilies, those sort of varieties of plants. Next bed, got some silver beet in here. So I had 16, but then again, when the sheep came in, take out that weed. When the sheep came in, they attacked, not really attacked, but they stood on some, and also just plucked some straight from the ground. And in the potato bed, now I am amazed with these potatoes. Planted these about a month and a half ago, which I made a video about. And I've also planted these lettuces in between. So I planted the potatoes, as I said, a month and a half ago. And then they only really shooted about 3 weeks ago, and they have just put on this amazing growth. Really happy with how they're growing. So with the lettuces, I've planted them straight in between the rows, and the idea with that is because potatoes are a bit more of a slow grower, the lettuces, they have real fine roots, and so they won't do any damage or rob much nutrients for the potatoes. And by the time the lettuces are ready to harvest, the potatoes will be just coming over and touching. But as you can see, lettuces aren't quite ready yet, and the potatoes are just growing so quickly. With the ones that haven't got lettuces in the middle, I've started to earth or mound them up. This is when you cover the earth up against the potatoes like this. Oops, sorry, there you go, up like that. And so soil pushes along the stems, which then produces more potatoes. In the onion bed, they're growing really well also. So I've got the brown onions here, the red onions here. They've been knocked over a bit. Some of the red onions, I didn't really plant them deep enough, so this one's fairly good. Then others like that, they've been knocked over a bit, so I'll just have to restand them up. Over in the root crop bed, the garlic is growing brilliantly. I just gave all the plants water because it's been a pretty hot day today. So I thought I'd give them all a good watering, and these have just bounced back really well. Yeah, so these are growing really, really well. They've been here for probably about 2 months now. Not many weeds come out. Oops, just up that grass right there. Pull that out. So yeah, the mulch has been doing really well, really suppressing a lot of the weeds. Unlike this part, which hasn't been mulched, somehow all of this grass seed has gotten in here. I've been taking out as much as I can, but it keeps coming up, so I'll just have to keep on weeding them. I planted carrots here. And I get this is how big they are, and they have been only growing for about 3 months. And the weather and the weeds have just absolutely hammered their growth ability. So we've been having really cold weather here lately, except the past week. It has been really nice, like 25 degrees. So it's been lots and lots of new growth. The beetroots here, they were growing really well until the sheep came in and they got up on this bed and started trampling them and eating them. Planted some new beetroots here, as you can see this one. They are going really, really well. I just have to thin them out soon. Over to my potted plants at the moment. I have got this blueberry here. So I forgot which one it was. Pretty clumsy me, but anyway. This is one of the deciduous blueberries. So it hasn't been growing that great lately because last year it didn't put on many leaves. It's not dead, but it didn't put on many leaves, but hopefully this year will be a bit better. Got my stevia, one of my stevia plants there, that's starting to reshoot. This blueberry, which is the sunshine, blueberry sunshine, it is covered with these flowers. Whoop, there we go. put on hundreds of these flowers. This is its third year, so I'm letting it go to flower and fruit this year. So I'm really looking forward to a big harvest of blueberries. That one is in its second year at the moment. Also, just back to this one. Don't know if I'll be able to grab some with it, but the soil has actually almost turned into a little worm farm. Don't think I can find any. But all of this is just worm castings. So I had a look in there the other day. Just picked up some soil just to check it. And I found just heaps and heaps, probably a dozen little worms. And lots of worm eggs as well. So really good soil in that one. This is my mockyberry tree. This is in its third year as well, so I'm letting it go to fruit and flower. So these are the flowers. Whoop, missed it. There we go. See if it focus. No, okay, maybe not. Anyway, these are the flowers, the mockyberry tree. This tree, the berries from this tree are well known for its very high antioxidants. 3 times the amount of blueberries, or 2 times the amount of acai berries. I think it's pronounced acai. So very, very high antioxidant levels. Really looking forward to those. Apparently they're supposed to taste just like blackberries. Compost is growing great. During the day, in the middle of the day, I came out and this plastic, which is doing a lid at the moment, was actually puffed up about here, just full of steam, which is so it's really composting very, very well. Over here I've got some more potatoes. I only planted them yesterday, so obviously they haven't shooted. But I just made these. This is, I think, ag pipe, some sort of ag pipe, I think. So we have heaps of that just lying around when we bought the house. We've probably got like 30 more, and these were cut in half. So just one of these makes, the 2 halves make one. So what I did is just cut them in half, put them together with some, I think it's like fencing clips, or wire fencing clips, used for connecting netting or wire to more wire. Yeah, so the idea is just, as the potatoes grow up, just fill it up with more soil, and then when it comes to harvesting time, all I have to do is unclip these, and all the spuds will come out. Now, then I'll also be able to reuse these for growing other vegetables as well when I'm not growing potatoes. Right, inside the greenhouse at the moment. So here I have got my seed raising mix that I made about a week ago, just for planting some more seeds. In here, I did this today. This is actually some carrot seeds. Planted today. In here it's a lot better controlled environment, better temperature. I can control the water levels, so they'll get better germination rate and hopefully better carrots. Here I've taken some cuttings of some cherries. They're doing really well, they're shooting, but they're not dying off, so obviously I'm doing something right. Hopefully those will take root really well. And here I have got some mini cabbages, and also some pak choi, and also some more red Russian kale. Here I've got some Lebanese cucumbers that I'm planting. This month at my local farmers market, I'm getting a stall for the first time, so I'm growing some cucumbers and lots of different, lots of tomatoes, 3 types, so I'm going to be having 10 of each. And yeah, so hopefully those will grow really well. Then here I'm looking forward to these, my raspberries that I got a few days ago from the Diggers Club. It's got a pack of 8. Which ended up costing me $69, which is very good. Got purple raspberries, Lloyd George, the Tayberry, and also what I'm looking forward to the most is these golden, Diggers Gold raspberries. So they actually come out as an orange, yellow raspberry. Looking forward to that. The tomatoes I've got growing are Mortgage, Timito, and also Amish. So Mortgage is a beef steak variety. My grandfather grew them last year in his garden up in Canberra, and he said that he got one, I think like 600-700 grams, just a single tomato, so they grow massive. This is the young berry that I'm going to be planting that soon. Also some lemon thyme, and then here I've also got some cuttings of some figs. They're doing not too bad. Onto some of our fruit trees now. This is sort of an unknown apple for us. Just starting to come into bud now. If we can focus. Okay, maybe not. Anyway, just starting to bud now. So when we moved here, which was 2 years ago, a bit over probably 2 years and 3 months, everything, even the fruit trees and the garden area and everything was just bush. So no one has obviously pruned these in a long time.
This apple tree is 2.5 meters. I pruned it back by about a third, except the height hasn't changed. So it was originally 2.5 meters. It flowers pink, and the apples, they are the best tasting apples I've ever had. Even better than the Jonathans that we've got in the orchard as well. So I'm really looking forward to these. Last year we didn't have a lot of water, like a lot of rain, so no one in our town really got many apples. Hopefully we're getting a lot more water. We've got some irrigation this year as well, so we should be getting a good harvest of apples this year. Okay, here to our new orchard. So this is the nectarine flavor top. It's been, got it for about 2 months ago. On sale, $25, can't beat that. And so it's just had some of these flowers. That was one that I knocked off. They've got pink flowers, but because it's in its first year, I'm taking it off, see how it grows, and depending on how it grows this year, will determine if I'll let it fruit next year. That one's growing really well. Oh, there's a flower. Missed that one. Onto this one. This is nectarine flavor top. This one the sheep kept on for some reason kept on knocking over. So I've had to replant it 3 times. Got some better support now, and we've got the sheep off in a, we're logisting the sheep, logisting other land to put our sheep on. So give it a good chance to develop and establish. This one is the Hicks Fancy mulberry. So we love mulberries. It's just going into flower. So I'll take those off as well. That one I'm thinking about maybe exploring. Just across how it is, keep the similar shape, because the sun goes over that way, east to west I'm pretty sure, or west to east, I forgot which one. Yeah, and then over here we got the Black Gina fig. So this is just about to bud. That's where it'll bud there, and also some more here, and here. That one's growing really well as well. These are some more apples and pears that came sort of with the property, I guess. They haven't been doing too well. Hopefully this year they'll do a bit better. At our older orchard now, this is another nectarine. These ones are in their second year. That one hasn't been doing too well. Got attacked by the sheep a bit. Hopefully it will do a lot better. And over here we have the peach golden queen. That one just came in. It was really small. Sort of dying off at the tips a bit. That was from last summer and winter. But hopefully that'll be doing well as well. Then we got the plum. So this one is coming really well. So the other plum trees that we've got, they're a lot older, so we wanted to get a new one. So this is one of the older ones. Lots and lots of blooms and blossoms on them. That is going really well. We haven't been pruning that. We're just going to leave it for a bit of an ornamental tree as well. This is the other plum tree. So if you can see the basic shape, take out all these sort of lateral growths. Just stand back a bit. So that is basically how the tree was, except 3 times bigger. Pruned it back, and it's got all these lateral shoots and lots of leaves on them. So didn't get a big harvest last year, but I was expecting that because we pruned it back so hard. And so this year it should be getting lots and lots of fruit from it. This is the pear that we've got. It's just coming into blossom right now. Prune that back by about a half or a third as well. As you can tell, all these trees are very old just from the size. You can tell that no one's really been looking after them. Oop, there goes a kookaburra. And then over here we've got the apple. Another apple. I think this is one of the Jonathans. We've got 2 Jonathans here on our property. So this is just about to shoot as well. Then my beloved fig. I love figs, and this tree is coming into bloom. Not bloom, sorry, leaf. So this has probably been in leaf for about nearly a month. Growing really well. This tree, I've cut it back to that real vase sort of shape, real open shape, let a lot of sunlight and airflow through. And from pruning it back, I'm getting lots of these new buds here. Bit of I think a fungal disease. Like this year I decided not to put steri prune on, which is when you prune it back, sort of a coating, a lot of nutrients in there as well. It just helps it, which is this stuff. Almost acts like it almost seems like paint, acts as a cover, prevents any fungal bacteria on, which I didn't do this year. Now I'm paying the price. A lot more buds on that one as well. So this tree was probably, I don't know, it's probably at least 20 years old. It was probably 3 times the height, probably like up to
there if you go to scale. Yeah, so expecting a lot of fruit from this this one as well. That is our quince tree. Don't really know what to do with the quince. We don't eat it fresh. We don't really have it stewed. I've tried quince jelly once. Turned out okay, but we never really used it. This is one of the pear apples. This is the Granny Smith apple. And then over there, that one is a pear, which is a very tall one. Then over here is our Jonathan apple. This is our main probably apple provider, besides the unknown one. So we love stewing these, eating them fresh, freezing them, make apple sauce. And it's just coming into bloom as well. And this peach, it is doing really well. I'm just going to let it flower at least and to see how it goes with fruit. I'm still not 100% sure, so I've decided to leave the flowers on. This has grown really well. This is one in its second year. It's doing very, very well. I'm very happy with it, and I'll see how it goes. It is the Spring Crest peach. And this is another nectarine, not doing well at all. Sheep have really attacked this one, and yeah, hopefully it'll bounce back. Over to our really old fruit trees. This one is, I think, judging by the one fruit we got from it, which then fell off, I think is a nectarine. I'm pretty sure it's a nectarine, this one. So yeah, pruned it back by a lot. Getting all this new lovely shoots, which I'm loving. So I'm leaving these ones to flower, of course. They're really established, just need a big prune. This one is the peach, which I've pruned back a lot as well. It's getting lots of new growth. Bit of a blossom there. There we go. This is a little apricot. It's probably been here for a few years. I think it's actually from fruit from this apricot tree. One of the stones that fell must have just grown from that, I'm guessing. And then yes, this apricot tree, last year we got about 10 apricots from it. Possums attacked the rest, but it was absolutely massive. Half of it was just dead. Had to prune it back a lot, but now I'm getting lots of this. Oh, don't know if you can make that out. Lots of new growth there, which I'm really happy about. Yeah, all this lush growth. I've already seen a few little fruits. Oh, here we go. That is one right there. That's a little apricot. Hopefully that'll we'll get a lot of fruit off of that as well. So our last two fruit trees, these are both apricots in their second year. This one is the Moore Park. Did alright, just got attacked by the sheep a bit last year. Doing really well so far this year. And then this is the Moore Park Early. This has done absolutely brilliantly the past 2 years. It's grown a lot. So with this newspaper, made a thick layer of newspaper with some mulch and sheep manure, and that then blocks out the grass underneath, kills it. And you can see there it's really dying off. And so that way, easy just to feed the tree and water it as well. So thanks for watching, everyone. I know this one took a while because it was my first update, so I had a lot to cover. So that's a bit of an introduction to our fruit trees, and also to show you what's been growing on in the garden. Just with that unknown apple tree, if you know a bit about apples, or if you know someone who does know a lot, I would love to know the variety of it. So like I said, it grows to a maximum of 2.5 meters, pink flowers. It's the first apple tree to come into fruit. They fruit, I think, March. I think we got it. Yeah, so that's just a few hints. It sort of looks like almost like a Cox and orange pips, I think, but it doesn't quite suit the growing requirements and stuff from it. So it's confusing me a bit. Anyway, just yeah, if you know a bit about that, I'd love to hear back from you. Now, if you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, just pop them down below in the comments box. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked it, please leave a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe for more videos. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.